I can hear myself.
Here, I'll listen. You just do your thing.
It'll pop up in my right ear as we do this. Oh, more air horns. And the second set of air horns. Okay, let's do this. I'm not really hearing myself, but...
Did you send us a link for today?
But there's a lot of humanity here tonight. I said just send it again. Copy that. Copy that. A lot of humanity here tonight. We're in La Cañada, California. I'm Bryce Narvaez, student at Arizona State University. Also, class of 2023 of John Muir High School. Getting ready for football tonight. It's a hectic Friday night with 3 games. 2 other games, including ours, have La Cañada taking on Crescenta Valley with their annual game, and then at the Rose Bowl taking on New Mexico. And if things work out over there at the Rose Bowl, there might be a couple of Mustang alum playing in that game. Seems like our delay is about 90 seconds or so.
Wow.
Again, it's pretty bad because there's a lot of humanity here. We're actually 0 for 3 on Muir games tonight with spotty signal. And again, the frame rate that I'm uploading to the stream on YouTube is pretty low already to begin with. I haven't messed with it after the end of the Charter Oak game last week, and that was the same frame rate we were running on for the Burros Los Altos game last night. So I can hear myself, but the delay is quite massive. We might get to the point where it's a couple plays in the future. So yeah, it looks like we're doing a lot of buffering right now, and that's not good. Again, I'm sorry about that. It's just because there's a lot of humanity here, and where we are in La Cañada, Flintridge, there are like 5 schools in the area, and if all 5 schools have their signal blockers, then it's gonna create havoc. There's 4 high schools here tonight in the area of 635 feet that is between St. Francis High School, where we're at, and La Cañada High School, which is right next door, and that's where Crescenta Valley's playing. And Crescenta Valley's also in the Pacific League. So I can hear myself, but it's a spotty signal, and I apologize for that. Again, I apologize for any delays and stuff that you might be experiencing in terms of buffering. It seems like we're gonna have one of those nights. So I guess if anything, I'll just notify you guys.
My mobile hotspot, so.
I'm on mine too.
Yeah.
To the 5 minutes between the time that I'm speaking to you and the time that you'll be hearing this, whenever that is. The lakes, Miss Lake and Mr. Lake. Yep, we're buffering again. So it's buffering every 5 seconds. That ain't good. All right. And yes, I'm only getting 235K bits per second, so that's bad. Delay says 10 seconds. We're dropping 54% of the frames, so I might have to go down to my settings and try to make this even lower than it is. I will
have to go audio only.
The audio also is delayed because the whole thing starts buffering.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay, let's see how that does. Because, yeah, you see this? It goes from 165 down to 4 and then down to 0.
Gotcha.
So that means we're not doing anything. And, okay, there's a lot of stuff going on. I'll try to walk you through the pregame tonight. I will also fix the score bug because those are not the helmets they're wearing. It's not that one either. It's this one. There we go. So the Mustangs will be wearing their road white uniforms with blue pants tonight, but white helmets, white jerseys. St. Francis will be in their home brown uniforms with their like sort of goldish Notre Dame style helmets. So okay, that's what it looks like right now. And let's run through the pregame report. Even though it's buffering as I speak, it'll come up delayed. And I apologize for the delays. It's just because of all the humanity around. And for some reason, it doesn't like when I do Muir games. But let's talk you through both teams. Let's start with the Mustangs coming into tonight. They are 1-1 overall on the season. They lost a heartbreaker last week to Charter Oak, which was a very chaotic game. I'll just leave it at that. Mustangs, once again, 1-1. They finished last year 9-3 and won the Pacific League 7-0. But the ironic thing about what's going on tonight is we were here about 10 months ago for a playoff game, round 2, between the Mustangs and Golden Knights Division 6. And, well, St. Francis had their revenge with a 28-27 heartbreaker. But when I get to St. Francis, I'll tell you the connection that they have to Trey Gamble Jr., who is the starting quarterback for the Muir Mustangs. So the next 3 games for the Mustangs, they begin league play next Thursday at home against Glendale. And then it's the 2 biggest games of the Pacific League campaign outside of the Turkey Tussle. And September 26th is on the road. It's at Burbank High School. Burbank looks legit this year. Deshaun Laporte, the quarterback for their Burbank, is pretty good. He's got talented receivers out there too. And then Friday, October 3rd, the Mustangs will be on the road at Crescenta Valley. And Crescenta Valley's playing right next door. If you didn't know about the carnage that's going on around the La Cañada, Flintridge, Pasadena area tonight with La Cañada and St. Francis hosting games. They're like 635 feet away from each other. And then you have UCLA playing New Mexico at the Rose Bowl. So 3 football games and all this tailgating. And
all that traffic.
And all the traffic.
Going back to Pasadena is going to be horrible. That's right.
Yep. So it's Carmageddon, as I think it was ABC 7 or whoever it was was covering.
Carmageddon 2025.
Yep, Carmageddon 2025. The LA Times had
What's the name of the school back here again?
La Cañada High School.
La Cañada. Yes.
No, this is the rivalry when they play each other.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And yes, this is the 5th meeting in the last 6 years, including the playoff matchup about 10 months ago between the Muir Mustangs and St. Francis Golden Knights. The regularly scheduled game at John Muir High School last year, the Mustangs won that game 28-18 under the leadership of Keon Mills at quarterback. This year it's Trey Gamble Jr. He transferred from Murrieta Mesa. And looking at St. Francis went 5-8 overall last year. They actually finished 3-2 in the Angeles League, and that was good enough for 3rd. And they ended up in the Division 6 playoffs with the Mustangs and beat the Mustangs here on Friedman Field at Jim Bond Stadium at St. Francis High School, 28-27. Again, that was Division 6 playoffs, 2nd round. St. Francis went on to play Murrieta Mesa in the 3rd round, and actually for St. Francis, it snapped a drought for them in terms of making the semifinals. If I remember looking at the news articles correctly. In that game that Murrieta Mesa beat St. Francis in the playoffs, it was 31-28 in favor of Murrieta Mesa. And now Muir quarterback Trey Gamble Jr. went 8 for 13 in that game for 143 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Not necessarily the best of his efforts, but it was enough to pull off the win. His counterpart was John Sanders, who is now a graduate of St. Francis. His younger brother was the QB1 here at St. Francis, but he got hurt in the preseason, and his timeline is a bit uncertain right now. As of his injury, his timeline was 4 to 6 weeks. This is week 4, and in the warm-ups, we did not see him dressed, so it leads me to believe he's not going to be available for the Golden Knights tonight. And St. Francis has been running an interesting offense. It reminds me of the 2023 Arizona State Sun Devils, where under the first year Kenny Dillingham and without Sam Levitt at quarterback, ASU was running all sorts of interesting plays with Trenton Bourget and Cam Scatabo, who is now in the NFL for the New York Giants, taking snaps in the Sparky formation, as we call it at ASU. Everywhere else it would be known as the Wildcat, but we do not call it that because of the University of Arizona. Their mascot is the Wildcat. St. Francis enters tonight 0-3. They lost last week 49-12 against Notre Dame Sherman Oaks. And it's very as well as their lost town. So St. Francis holds head-to-head in the tonight is the 5th meeting, but in the and bring the record to 3-2, or 2-. All of those tabs will help me out a little bit. The 2nd and 10, it's a handoff up the middle.
Nice.
Good chunk from the left.
Mustangs.
Looks like they're going to mark him for 2. Looking at the
Ladies and gentlemen,
LED
please remember to get your
scoreboard.
50-50. We'll bring up
Mustangs.
third down Knights.
To the original line of scrimmage, it looks like mark him on the
Gain of
Mustangs.
Injury.
Try to pick this one
38-yard line.
up. So about 5 or 6 yards to go for the Knights. Danny throws the pass, it's incomplete, and they will turn it over on downs just like that.
Danny's pass is incomplete. There is a penalty flag on the
But
play.
we do have another
Pass
penalty
intended
flag.
for number 11, Del Rock.
That ain't no flag.
And it's going to be pass interference against the Mustangs. It
Of course.
didn't
Pass
look like
interference
it.
is the call against the Mustangs.
It didn't look like it from here, but
Will
that's going to
give the
give St.
Golden
Francis
Knights
a free
a
first down.
down.
And it looks like we're doing that sort of thing again tonight. Fresh set.
Rock.
That ain't no flag.
And it's going to be pass interference against the Mustangs. It
Of course.
didn't
Pass
look like
interference
it.
is the call against the Mustangs.
It didn't look like it from here, but
Will
that's going
give
to give
the
St.
Golden
Francis
Knights
a free
a
first
first
down.
down.
And it looks like we're doing that sort of thing again tonight. Fresh set of downs for the Knights. After the pass interference penalty. Again, it didn't look like there was much from over here, but apparently the side judge threw the flag and just pass interference. So 1st and 10 for St. Francis, running the power I formation. It's tossed to Elijah Wilson, number 32. He's got some room to run, and he'll be across the 15-yard
Elijah Wilson,
line.
the ball carrier for the Golden Knights. Gain of
About
7 yards on the
7 or
play.
8 yards on the play. And already, St.
Tackled
Francis
by
in the
Diego
red zone.
Delgado. 2nd down and 3. Golden Knights. Ball is on the John Muir 21-yard line.
What?
No, 16. It's on the 16. And they're going to go back to Wilson on the carry.
Number 32, Elijah Wilson.
Looks like he was tackled by number 3, Xavier Netherly, the transfer from
Good for
Ormond, Nevada.
another Golden Knight first down.
But it was still enough yardage for Wilson to pick up the first down for St. Francis.
First down and 10 for the
long
Golden
drive
Knights.
for the Mustangs that took 8 minutes off the clock is kind of thrown out the window now with St. Francis knocking on the door. Power I again. They're going to go back to the ground. It looks to be Wilson, and he's going to get about 4 yards
Number
again.
32, Elijah Wilson. Again, the ball carrier. Gain of 5 yards on the play. Second down and 5 for the Golden Knights.
Rushing for St. Francis.
Just short. Will bring up a
And
third
that's going to
down
be
and
the
1.
way the first quarter ends.
And that
Mustangs
is
up
the last
7-0,
play of the first quarter with your
yeah,
score. John Muir
the Golden
7,
Knights in the
St.
red
Francis
zone.
0.
Knocking on the door. I think the delay is about 5 minutes or so right now. Could be less. So we're getting a little bit better. We're still not getting enough to have consistency. But less frames, according to my thing, are being dropped. Oh, we're back to 0. Now we're back to 266. Okay. I'm operating on way less frames, though. So the teams will switch to end of the field. St. Francis knocking on the door. And let me switch that real quick. Glad to be hearing myself in my ear again.
Starting the second quarter of play. St. Francis, third down and 2.
Here, go back to the ground. And trying to power their way forward.
Elijah Wilson, the ball carrier. Good
Yes,
for
he
a
did.
Golden Knight.
So it'll be first and goal for St. Francis inside the 5-yard line.
First down, Golden Knights. First and goal, St. Francis.
Looks like they mark them on the 1, so it's going to be a goal line set for both teams. Luke Danny, the junior quarterback for St. Francis, coming from the sideline to return to his team with the play call. Power I formation again for the Knights. They go back to Wilson. And he's in for the score. So it'll be first and goal for St. Francis inside the 5-yard line.
First down, Golden Knights. First and goal, St. Francis.
Looks like they mark him on the 1, so it's going to be a goal line sideline to return to his team with the play call. Power I formation again for the Knights. They go back to Wilson. And he's in for the score. So they'll make it 7-6 for now, but St. Francis is right there to tie the game with the point after pending.
Number 32.
So Elijah Wilson with a 1-yard rushing touchdown from Power I.
Elijah Wilson with the
Sean
Golden
Phillips
Knight
to
touchdown.
kick the point after for the Golden
In to
Knights,
attempt the
looking
extra
to tie the
point,
game.
Sean Phillips.
So
St. Francis will attempt a 2-point conversion.
St. Francis looking to take the lead with a 2-point try here. Early phases of the second quarter. Right now it's 7-6. Power I formation again for the Knights. They'll go back to Wilson, and it looks like he's in there, and it's good.
Number
the 2-point try
32.
is good. So St. Francis is now up 8-7, and you might be thinking, if the game is tight, it might come down to that
Elijah
2-point
Wilson with
conversion.
the Golden Knight 2-point conversion. Bringing your score with 11:24 remaining in the first half. St. Francis 8, John Muir 7.
So St. Francis is ahead 8-7. And with the way these games have gone in recent years between the Mustangs and the Golden Knights, that might be a deciding factor later on in the game. Again, St. Francis taking advantage of a point.
Francis 8, John Muir 7.
So St. Francis is ahead 8-7. And with the way these games have gone in recent years between the Mustangs and the Golden Knights, that might be a deciding factor later on in the game. Again, St. Francis taking advantage of a point after penalty against the Mustangs. They accepted the penalty. Those enforced half the distance to the goal, and they brought in personnel to go for two.
Kicking off for the Golden Knights, number 13, Sean Phillips.
So with 11:24 to play in the first half, it's St. Francis 8 and John Muir 7.
Number 2, Davion Blaylock, and number 1, Elijah Smith, back deep to receive.
The delay's a couple minutes. I would say 2.5 is the most that were delayed. Here's the onside kick. It's booched, and St. Francis has it. So they'll have it at midfield. They did exactly what Los Altos did last night against Burroughs, and so the Golden Knights have the ball.
Ball appears to be recovered by the Golden Knights.
He touched it before it went 10. Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It looked like he did. He touched it at about 9 yards.
Yeah.
The officials are conferring right now.
Dude, we have been out-coached in the last 2 quarters against this team. Right? The playoff game, like, this is ridiculous.
So it looks like they say it didn't go 10 yards, and
I mean,
it's a break for the Mustangs, but they were sleeping. The Mustangs were sleeping on that, and got lucky that the kicker for St. Francis played it about 9 yards. The Mustang ball, 1st and 10 from midfield.
John Muir will take over, 1st and 10.
Oop, wrong arrow. There we go. Mustangs ball 1st and 10 at midfield. Again, dodging one there with the onside kick. There's still 11:24 to play in the first half, second quarter. 8-7 St. Francis. Empty backfield for the Mustangs. Trey Gamble Jr. is in the pistol formation. He's going to try to take off, but he's going to be brought down for a sack.
Gamble sacked in the backfield, number 60, Justin Boutros.
So Justin Boutros, number 60, the defensive lineman for the Golden Knights, in there for the sack. It just seemed like it was going to be a QB
Loss
keeper
of 2
all
on the
way,
play will bring up 2nd down and 12 for the Mustangs.
The Knights were all over that, and the senior Boutros in there for the sack. -4 yards on the play. It's back on the John Muir side of the 50. Quick out pass to Noah Bozeman. Gets most of that yardage back before being
Gamble's
forced
pass
out of
complete
bounds
to
shy
number
of the
6,
first
Noah
down.
Bozeman.
Looked like Mason Maddox, number 9 for St. Francis.
Knocked out of bounds by number
tackle.
15, Sam Webb.
Oh, 15 Sam
Gain
Webb
of 9
for
on the
St.
play
Francis.
will bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Mustangs.
3rd and manageable for the Mustangs. A big chunk play on 2nd down to get most of the yardage lost back and some. Gamble in the gun with Elijah Parker to his left. They're going to go to him, and he's going to be stopped short. He's going to be stopped 2 yards short.
Handoff to number 5, Elijah Parker. Gain of 1 yard will bring up 4th down and 2 for the Mustangs.
The line to gain is the Golden Knight 40-yard line. 3rd and 3.
Russell
You run the
Muir on
ball,
the tackle for the
but
Golden
St. Francis
Knights.
is turning that. They're doing exactly what I've highlighted in the keys to the game of trying to make the Mustangs one-dimensional and throw for this.
Hey, look how much room they're giving
4th
the
down and
slot guy over
2,
there.
John Muir.
Check with
So empty backfield for the Mustangs, trying to pick up a 4th and 2.
It should be a quick pitch. Just, dude, pitch and catch to the freaking slot guy. Look at how much room they're giving him.
Gamble throws, Blaylock, 1st down. Inside the 25-yard line of the
Gamble's
Golden
pass is
Knights.
complete to
Mustangs
number
move
2,
it.
Davion Blaylock. Good for a John Muir 1st down. Ball will be spotted at the 25, check that, 24-yard line of the Golden Knights.
The senior quarterback for the Mustangs had to
Mustangs.
improvise and had nobody downfield open, so just took the smart play and chucked it out of bounds. 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs on the St. Francis 24-yard line. 9:22 to play in quarter number 2. Mustangs down by 1. It's 8-7 in favor of St. Francis. Mustangs moving from right to left on your screen in the 2nd quarter. Gamble throws. It's incomplete over the head of
Gamble's
Noah
pass
Bozeman.
falls incomplete,
It's going to
intended
be a
for
3rd down and
Bozeman.
10.
3rd down and 10 for the Mustangs. Golden Knights would like to welcome back on their 50th year reunion 3 Hall of Famers from the class of 1975. Lenny Holmes, Joe Orlandini,
And it's one
and
of
Mark
those
Trueblood.
guaranteed passing downs for
Welcome
the
back,
Mustangs.
gentlemen.
3rd and 10.
Congratulations,
You have to pick this
50-year
up.
reunion.
3-man rush. Now is the time you run the quarterback.
Gamble throws. It's incomplete. Over the head
Gamble's
of Zion
pass again
McDonald.
incomplete.
It'll be 4th down and 10.
Russell Muro applying pressure on the quarterback will bring up 4th down and 10 for the
And
Mustangs.
Looks like we're going to see special teams out onto the field for the Mustangs. That's about a 41-yard field goal try coming up from senior Jacob Hernandez for the Mustangs.
That's what we're looking at.
41 yards. I think this is his long. I don't think I've seen him kick longer than this. So it's a 41-yard field goal try for the Mustangs. Here it is. Here's the kick, and it is wide left. No good.
Field goal attempt by number 19, Jacob Hernandez, is no
So
good.
it's still 8-7.
Golden Knights will
St.
take
Francis
over,
will take
1st
over
and
on
10.
the 25.
9 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Ladies and gentlemen, our family guild is selling nightwear right below the announcer's booth. Please come out and support our St. Francis Family
you can blame the
Guild.
senior kicker
Plenty
on
of
that.
great St. Francis swag.
Again, I don't think he's
on
kicked
sale
longer
here
than
tonight.
35 yards.
Thank you again
So
to
that was a
our
stretch
St.
trying to
Francis
get him to
Family
kick a
Guild.
41-yarder. St. Francis takes over on their own 20-yard line is where they have the ball marked.
Luke Danny at quarterback for the Golden Knights.
The snap was okay, the hold was good, and it was just pushed to the left. Danny the throw, wide open, with a lot of green grass to go. He'll be forced out of bounds deep into Mustang territory. That looked like it was going to number 23, Christian Riza, the sophomore for St. Francis. Busted coverage, and a huge 1st down for St. Francis to open up this drive to extend their lead. They're going to spot it on the Mustang 26-yard line, so a huge pickup by St. Francis on what is only their
Luke
second
Danny's
drive
pass
of
is
the
complete
game.
to number 23, Christian Reza. Good for a Golden Knight 1st down.
55 yards, most of that after the catch. Again, busted coverage. It almost looked like the same play, not necessarily the same play that cost ASU against Mississippi State. Here's a deep shot looking for the end zone. It's going to be incomplete, but that's going to be pass interference
Danny's
against the
pass
Mustangs.
intended for JT
Did
Martin.
not turn around to play the ball, sadly.
Incomplete. Penalty flags on the play.
As the DB, you have to turn to play the ball, and unfortunately that wasn't the case. Otherwise, it was going to be a guaranteed touchdown. So,
Pass interference is the call against the Mustangs.
it'll give St. Francis another
We'll
first
give the
down.
Golden Knights a first down. Ball is spotted on the John Muir 18-yard line. 1st and 10, Golden Knights.
This is half the distance, I guess, to say the least. But it's another fresh set of downs for the Golden Knights, who are already knocking on the door. They're going to go back to Elijah Wilson. It looks like he's going to gain about 4 yards or so.
Elijah Wilson, the ball carrier.
The St. Francis offensive line is just carving
Gain of
up
4
the Muir
yards on the
defense,
play. We'll bring up
which
2nd
looked
down and 6 for the Golden
exceptional
Knights.
last week against Charter Oak. There could have been a number of holding
David
penalties
Cannon on
called
the
against
tackle
Charter
for the
Oak last week,
Mustangs.
but this week is a different story. So 4 yards on the carry for Elijah Wilson for St. Francis. 2nd down and 6 on the 9-yard line. They're going to go back to him. Looks like the Mustangs were able to get him this time to minimize
Elijah
the damage.
Wilson, the ball carrier. No gain on the play.
Brings up a 3rd down.
Tackled by number 54,
And 6.
Gary Littlejohn. 3rd down and 5 for the Golden Knights.
Mustang defense has to come up huge here.
Catch, is it the 14 or is it the 9? Oh, it's at the 9.
This is on the 9-yard line of the Mustangs. The 3rd and 6 for St. Francis. Power eye again with Elijah Wilson in the backfield. He's going to get the toss. And it looks like he broke through again and into the end zone for the touchdown.
Elijah Wilson.
It looked like the Mustangs might have been able to have him, but he was able to get
Elijah
some blocking
Wilson
help
with the
from his
Golden
offensive
Knight
line,
touchdown.
and St. Francis will extend their lead to 14-7. Pending what they do here with the PAT. They went for 2 last time and were successful.
Sean Phillips in doing after.
So St. Francis looking to extend their lead to 15-7 with this point after. Sean Phillips, number 13 for the Golden Knights, on to kick. Here's the kick, and it is just good.
The kick is up and it is good.
Makes it 15-7.
Bringing your score with 7:22 remaining in the first half. St. Francis 15, John Muir 7.
So the 0-3 Golden Knights are already giving the Mustangs a run for their money. Again, the St. Francis coaching seems to be doing the job and out-coaching the Mustangs tonight, which is the same thing that happened about 10 months ago in that playoff game. And now the Mustang offense has to respond down 8.
So, wait. Weren't you saying at the start of the game that their number 1 QB is out?
Yes, their number 1 QB is out. Their number 2 QB is also out. So
this is their
Luke
number
Danny
3
is
QB?
their number 3, their
Who
third
just
string
dropped a
quarterback.
dime for 55 yards on the other side
And
of
he
the
dropped
field?
a dime for 55 yards on the other side of the
Tell
field
me
on
more,
this drive.
Bryce.
If you want
Number
to know,
13, Sean Phillips to kick off for the Golden Knights.
the 4th string for St. Francis is a freshman, and he was throwing a couple of good passes in the warm-ups. Vito Shayada, number 26, he's a freshman for St. Francis, and he seems to be the 4th string. So here's the kick. Looks like it'll be Elijah Smith on the return. He's going to work his way to the outside at about the 35-yard line, and that's where the Mustangs will start this
Number
drive.
1, Elijah Smith with the kickoff return. John Muir will take over 1st and 10 on their own 36-yard line.
So Mustangs 1st and 10 on their own 36. And it seems like our delay from me speaking to you and it coming over the air on the stream is about 2 minutes, 30 seconds on this audio broadcast on YouTube.
Yeah, it's getting better.
Yeah, we're getting better. We're getting better. We're losing less frames, which is good. So here's the gun formation. Elijah Parker will get the handoff for the Mustangs. Gets about 4 yards.
Elijah Parker, the ball carrier for the Mustangs. Gain of 5 yards on the play.
It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Tackled by number 15, Sam Webb. Assisting on the play, number 87, Keith Mills.
2nd and 5 for the Mustangs coming up. I have a score update. 635 feet away. It looks like La Cañada's up 14-0 on Crescenta Valley, or CV. Crescenta Valley is in the Pacific League as well. A quick completion.
Tackle on the play by number 9, Mason
gain.
Maddox. No gain on the play.
Looked like gamble to Bozeman.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 for the Mustangs.
I think it was gamble to Bozeman, 9-6. So it's a 3rd and 6 with no gain on the play.
Actually, loss of 1.
Actually, they mark it for a loss of 1 on this 3rd and 6. So these screen passes behind the line are starting to be red buses. Gamble to throw. Here comes pressure. He's taking a deep shot, and that's going to be pass interference against the Golden Knights. The intended receiver was Zion McDonald. He had double coverage, but they knocked him down, and that's going to be 15 yards. And a Mustang 1st down. Okay, no score over there. Let's run up the middle.
Number 2,
On
Davion
the jet
Blaylock
tucks to Davion
takes
Blaylock.
the pitch. Gain of 8 yards on the play.
8 yards.
Lucas Morzov
So 2nd and 2
on the tackle for the Golden Knights. 2nd
pretty
down
much
and
right
2.
in front of me here on the
John Muir.
37-yard line of St. Francis. .5:20 to play in the 2nd quarter. St. Francis will get the opening kick of the 2nd half. Gamble throws, and it's incomplete. He was looking for number 0,
Gamble's pass
Ethan
intended for
Leyland.
number 0. Falls
Again,
incomplete.
just over his head.
Sandy Sharp and Mason Maddox applying the coverage. 3rd down and 2 for the Mustangs.
So 3rd and 2 for the Mustangs. We have a shotgun formation here. Zion McDonald. Actually, it was an option, and Trey Gamble Jr. was
Number
on the
9,
carry.
Trey Gamble with the quarterback keeper.
Fooled me on that one.
Good for a
So
John
Gamble
Muir
picks
first
it up
down.
for the 1st down. I think that's a bad spot.
Tackle on the play, number 44.
I thought he
Russell
got to the
Muro.
29. They're going to mark him
First
on the
down
31.
and 10, John Muir Mustangs.
The ball spotted on the St. Francis 31. I think he got to the 29.
5 minutes
That's a bad
remaining in
spot.
the first half of play.
Nevertheless, it's a Mustang 1st down. Gonna think about picking up the tempo here with under 5 minutes to play in the half. Gamble to throw. Here comes the pressure. Gets it off to Leyland, number 0. And he's gonna get a couple yards
Pass
after
is
the
complete
catch.
to number 0,
About
Ethan
5
Leland
yards.
from Trey Gamble.
To the 25-yard
Gain
line.
of 6 yards will bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Mustangs.
They're gonna give him 6.
Moore's
2nd
off
and
on the
4.
tackle again for the Golden Knights.
So 2nd and 4.
Assisting number
With
23,
under
Christian
4:20 to
Reza.
play in the half.
It might be good for them to take their time and keep that St. Francis offense off the field, actually,
True.
in my opinion.
True, that's a good point. Corner can't get much
Number
more
2,
than
Davion Blaylock
the
takes the
21-yard
end around.
Looks like they're going to mark him just short. So 3rd down and 1 coming up.
Russell Muro and Chris Acosta
Yeah,
on the
they're gonna mark
tackle
him on
will
the
bring up a
22.
3rd down and 1 for the Mustangs.
3rd and 1. The line to gain is the 31-yard line of St. Francis. Or, I'm sorry, 21 of St. Francis. 3:20 to play in the first half. Gamble to throw. Looking deep for Blaylock. He's got it! Touchdown Mustangs! Davion Blaylock is second of the game.
To number 2, Davion Blaylock. Good for a John Muir touchdown.
Gamble to Blaylock for the 6th. That's his second touchdown of the game. We'll see what the Mustangs do here. They're down by 2, 15-13, pending what they do here after.
John Muir will
Looks like
attempt
they're
a
going
2-point
to go
conversion.
for 2 to tie the game.
3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first half of play.
We're bad at 2-point conversion.
A lot of power for the Mustangs on the field. Going for 2. Gamble under center. He's going to hand it off to Michael Allen. And he's in there for the 2-point try. We're tied at 15.
Number 7, David Cannon with the 2-point conversion, bringing your score. St. Francis 15, John Muir 15. 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the first half here at Friedman Field.
3:10 to play in the first half. And what is now a tie ball game. So, if anything, it might come down to 2-point tries or anything on special teams. That was exactly what the Mustangs needed to respond. Now it's all about figuring out whether or not this defense can stop.
Kicking off for the
Golden
Mustangs,
Knights.
number 27, Ralph Reyes. Back deep for the Golden Knights, number 9, Mason Maddox, and number 32, Elijah Wilson.
So the freshman will be kicking off here, number 27, Ralph Reyes. Oh, I'm sorry, he's a sophomore. It's a line drive. It'll be fielded by Maddox of the Golden Knights. See what kind of return he's got. He's got an entourage, but the Mustangs
Mason
are there.
Maddox with the kickoff
And
return
it looks like they
up
might
past
spot him
the
on the
25-yard line.
27-yard line of the Golden Knights. They're going to
Ralph
spot him on
Reyes
the 27.
on the stop for the Mustangs. Assisting on the tackle, number 15, Chase Newsome. Golden Knights, 1st and 10.
St. Francis, 1st and
Luke
10
Danny
on
at
the
quarterback for the Golden
27-yard
Knights.
line. They're going to go back to the ground. Elijah Wilson. He's got a hole. And he's still on his feet. They haven't blown the whistles.
Number 32,
Looks like
Elijah
forward
Wilson, the
progress
ball
is gonna say
carrier,
he got 11
up
yards
past the
for the
35-yard
first down.
line.
And again, the Mustangs are having a
Elijah
hard time
Parker.
stopping the ground game of the Golden Knights.
And number 44, Deshaun Jordan on the stop for the Mustangs. 1st down and 10, St. Francis. 2
Here's
minutes,
bottom on the
40
38
seconds
yard
remaining in
line.
the first half of play.
So about 11 yards on the pickup from Elijah Wilson. They're going to go back to him.
50 raffle tickets. Winner will be announced at the end of the
No, I take
third
it back. I
quarter
think
of
that was
play.
44.
Thank you to all of our
So that
Booster
was
Club
Deshaun
volunteers.
Jordan, sophomore for the Mustangs.
50-50 raffle.
He's been getting back there, and finally his efforts have paid off. Again, I give him 0.5 on the TFL.
That's a loss of 1.
But yeah, a loss of 1 on the play. Mustangs spend a timeout. They have 2 left. So if you're the Mustangs, you're probably thinking you might run a 2-minute if you're able to get the stop here on the 3rd down and 9. 1:51 separating us from halftime and checking over at the other scores, including the UCLA game, which is
big round of applause for our St. Francis cheerleaders.
Both teams with 2 timeouts. I'm glad to be getting the message that says, oh, incomplete pass. It was intended for, I think that was
pass is
JT
incomplete,
Martin.
intended for number 6, JT Martin.
So the
Will
clock
bring
will
up
stop
4th
again.
down.
And that
and
will be a
9
4th
for the
down and
Golden
9
Knights.
game, which is
Big round of
going on
applause, Francis cheerleaders.
Both teams with 2 timeouts. I'm glad to be getting the message that says, oh, incomplete pass. It was intended for, I think that was
pass is
JT
incomplete,
Martin.
intended for number 6, JT Martin.
So the
Will
clock
bring
will
up
stop
4th
again.
down
And that
and
will be
9
a 4th
for the
down and
Golden
9
Knights.
coming up. And Sean Phillips is on to punt for St. Francis.
Or are they?
They might fake. Who knows?
That's what got us.
Number Francis, number 1, Elijah Smith back deep to receive.
Let's see how our coverage team will cover this.
Right. There's a snap. Running a bit of an Aussie style here. Elijah Smith is going to be back to field at about his 25-yard line. See what he can do on the return. A lot of east-west action, but oh, we have a late flag on the play. We'll check the flag. It's coming from close
Keith
to
Mills
where
on the
I
tackle
am.
for the Golden Knights. John Muir will take over, 1st and 10.
Ball spotted on the Mustang 33-yard line for now. Again, we'll check the penalty. It looks like it's going to be against the Mustangs. A hold on the return late. Yeah, the flag came after the play
Holding
was
is the call
stopped.
against the Mustangs. We'll back them up.
But
to
apparently
their own
the line judge on
22-yard
this
line.
side saw something that I didn't.
1 minute, 33 seconds remaining in the
So
first
it'll be
half of
spotted
play.
back on the 22-yard line of the Mustangs. 93 seconds to work with in the first half. So definitely going to see a 2-minute offense with the Mustangs. Again, empty backfield, pistol formation. Gamble to throw. Gets it off. It's complete to Leyland. Breaks 1 tackle and gets
Gamble's
to the 45 for the
pass
first
to
down.
number 0, Ethan Leland. Up to the 45-yard line,
Big
1st
pickup,
and 10.
and the Mustangs
John
are
Muir.
already on the line. And
1 minute, 18
getting
seconds
the
remaining
play call
in the
here.
first half of play.
Why is the clock already running?
Concluding the first
Did they-
half,
did
we
they
will have
wind it
our
already?
Hall of Fame ceremony at halftime.
Gamble to throw. Here comes the pressure. And it'll be incomplete. The nearest receiver
Gamble's
in the
pass
area
falls
was Noah
incomplete. There was a
Bozeman,
penalty flag
but
on
he
the
was
play.
about 10 yards away. There is a flag about at the line of scrimmage. We'll check the flag. It seems like it's in that area for offensive holding, and the Mustangs are going to go backwards.
Wow.
And it is. Back to a 10-second runoff.
Holding is the call against the Mustangs.
Because in
We'll back
college it
them up
would be.
10 yards to their own 35-yard line. 1st down and 20, John Muir.
I forgot to put the time, how much time was left on the touchdown. Darn it.
Gamble to throw on 1st and 20. Gets it underneath to Michael Allen, number 21. There's another. Might be the most penalized team in CIF.
No, I think you're right, man.
Keep
However,
going
there is a
backwards.
penalty flag.
Am I early for saying the Mustangs might be the most penalized team in CIF?
No, I think you're right, man.
After the penalty,
I
first
feel
and
like
long
I feel
for
like we're
John Muir.
averaging about 8
36
penalties
seconds
against the
remaining
Mustangs
in the
a
first
game.
half of play.
I think last game was a new record for about 15. There's the first down play again. It's a quick screen to Noah Bozeman.
Gamble's
number 6.
pass complete.
Not
to
much
Bozeman.
to gain, and we have a timeout on the field. The Mustangs are going to use a timeout. So they're going to be down to 1.
Short gain on the play. Timeout, Mustangs.
I don't know if you can hear it around me. The Mustang crowd over here is getting a bit restless with all these penalties and just lack of discipline from the team right now. I'm not sure how well you can hear the band, but that's the Mighty Mustang Band under the direction of Miss Karen Clages, with drill work from Mr. Joseph Scales. He's also a graduate of John Muir High School. Lucy Schmidt for color guard. And drum major Brianna Miguel for the Mighty Mustang Band. The Mystics are also here, the Mystics dance team. I believe they're led by...
After the timeout, second down and 21.
I believe they're
for
led
John
by
Muir,
ASB
18 seconds remaining.
teacher Miss Cassandra Franklin. Here's a deep shot from Gamble looking for Leyland! He's got it! Ethan Leyland! What a grab! That's a huge pickup down to the 22-yard line of the Knights. Massive first down for the Mustangs. 9 seconds
Ethan
on the
Leland
clock. I just noticed that.
Into St. Francis territory.
So
First
I think
down
they
and 10,
tackled it
Mustangs.
in bounds, and I think the final timeout. So 9 seconds. You might take a shot for the end zone here. If you're quick enough, and let's say there's an incompletion, you might get 2 shots here.
Yep.
So Mustangs immediately calling timeout, recognizing the fact that Leyland was tackled in bounds, but Mustangs just outside of the red zone here on the 22-yard line is what they have on the scoreboard. 9 seconds separating us from halftime. And once again, St. Francis will receive the opening kick of the second half. And a tie ball game, 15-all. It's turning out to be one of those games, and it feels like the playoff. It feels like the playoff game 10 months ago. It was about 12 months ago. We're at John Muir High School,
10,
where the
John Muir,
Mustangs
9
defeated St.
seconds
Francis
remaining
in the
in the first
regular
half of
season
play.
matchup, 28-18.
Ball is spotted at the St. Francis 22-yard line.
Seconds. Campbell needs to get it off. Here it comes. Looking for number 10. And he was unable
pass is
to
incomplete.
secure it as he was coming down.
Intended for number 10,
Is
Drew Long.
Intended for Drew Long. He had it, and then he
Brady
just wasn't
Coffrey
able
with
to
the
secure it
coverage.
as he was coming to the
1
turf.
second remaining
So one
in
more
the first
shot
half
for the
of play.
Mustangs. And I think they're going to attempt a field goal try because I do see Jacob Hernandez, the kicker, out there. Yeah, so this is going to be a little under
Jacob
41
Hernandez
yards.
in to
I would say
attempt
38
the field
yards.
goal.
Fake it.
39-yard attempt.
Jacob's number 1.
Devion Blaylock the hold. Here it comes, and it's going to be short.
The kick is up and it is no good, bringing your score
So
at
we're going to be tied
halftime.
at 15.
St. Francis
going to
15,
the half.
John Muir 15.
And
Stay
St. Francis
tuned for
will
our
be receiving the opening
2025
kick
St.
of
Francis
the second
Athletic
half. So tied at
Hall of
15.
Fame reception.
Step aside a couple of minutes so that I can have a drink of water because my voice is not loving me right now. And also get us through the Hall of Fame ceremony for St. Francis. So 15 all headed to half. And it'll be St. Francis receiving the opening kick. Here on YouTube, this is your audio broadcast of tonight's game.
Once again, a big round of applause to our 2025 St. Francis Hall of Fame inductees.
I'm not gonna risk my voice during halftime here, but we're back from La Cañada Flintridge at St. Francis High School, Jim Bond Stadium and Friedman Fields, where we have a tie ball game, 15-15. St. Francis will receive the opening kick of the second half, but I want to start off with some bad news. The bad news is UCLA is losing again. And there's still no sighting of John Muir alum Jameer Johnson on the defensive side of the ball for the UCLA Bruins. I guess another round of bad news would be that Crescenta Valley's losing right now. They're down 14-0 at the half. So head coach Hudson Gossard for the Falcons has got some work to do. Again, the big significance about that game is just the fact that Crescenta Valley is in the Pacific League, and they entered tonight 2-0. We'll see if CV can come back against La Cañada. They're about 635 feet away from here. Just because the lay of the land has St. Francis and La Cañada high schools wedged right up against each other in the football fields in awkward orientations to accommodate both of the facilities from both schools. We're about 7 minutes from the time expiring and probably about 11 minutes or so away from the start of the second half. So I can run through some of these scores. Again, I'm happy to see this message on my thing that says my current bit rate is lower than the recommended, which is actually good. That's good. That means our quality is going to be good. And I've lowered my frame rate because of how bad the signal is. I don't know why. I'm just 0 for 3 with John Muir football games. So yeah, from the Rose Bowl, it's New Mexico up 14-7 on the UCLA Bruins, and no sighting of the Muir alum in the form of Jameer Johnson. He plays defense for UCLA, and he has not played. Quick check at some of the other out-of-town scores. We'll first start with the Angeles League, which is where St. Francis is playing on tonight's audio broadcast. St. Pius X is down at the half to Newberry Park, 28-12. St. Paul is down 34-7 against Los Alamitos. Los Alamitos is a strong football program. They're 4-0 entering tonight. St. Paul is 0-3. The Angeles League teams have had just a big struggle as of late, and it makes it anyone's game. But it doesn't look good on all the teams' overall records. Let's see, Bishop Alameda is next, and they are up. Coming close to
also, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome all of our junior high students to Friedman Field at Jim Bond Stadium this evening. Earlier tonight, St. Francis Student Council members and student representatives from Flintridge Sacred Heart Academy hosted games, activities, and music in the...
They are trailing close to halftime
in the courtyard and on the upper campus. Thank you to all who participated, and we hope you had a great time here at St. Francis High School.
A quick check at the Pacific League. There are 2 games from the Pacific League going on as I speak. Crescenta Valley is just next door. Once again, they're down 14-0 to La Cañada at the half. And Arcadia is hosting La Puente tonight, and we just have that one's in progress. Arcadia is 0-2 entering tonight. La Puente is 2-1.
St. Francis would like to welcome back former football standout from the class of 1993 and former mayor of the city of Alhambra, Jeff Maloney.
See if we have a score from Thurgood Marshall. They're the other school in Pasadena, California, part of Pasadena Unified. The Eagles, we're playing against Heritage Christian tonight? No. Okay, that game got canceled. So they're not in action tonight. And their next game will be on the 26th. It's a home game for the Eagles, which is going to actually be played at John Muir High School, as the Eagles don't have CIF level facilities to host football games on campus. So they share games between Pasadena and John Muir Highs.
There we go.
Another out-of-town score that we're looking at the half is the Loyola Cubs, who play against St. Francis next week. They had a big rivalry back in the day when my dad was going there.
Go Cubs!
Class of 96, right?
Class of 96.
Class of 96 at Loyola. That's where it's my dad, and yes, I'm with my dad as usual. Loyola is up 21-7 against Hamilton. The Cubs are 1-2 tonight, so it's just been a bit rough for the other programs in the area, LA, and St. Francis takes the field with 95 seconds until between the Mustangs and the Golden Knights. Both teams going through warm-ups. I expect them, again, to put another 3 minutes on the clock when this 30 seconds expires. Just because St. Francis came out with about 95 seconds to go on the halftime clock. There it is. They reset it to 3 minutes. So still got time to talk to you before we go to the third quarter. I'm going to set myself up for the third quarter already, though. Get set up with that. There we go. So this week was an interesting one with our two games, covering a Thursday game between the Burroughs Bears and the Los Altos Conch people. We're kind of like packed in like sardines around Freedom Bond Stadium in St. Francis. I'm not sure how they're packed in over at La Cañada High, but my crowd estimate would say maybe about 2,500.
It looks like there were a lot of kids already leaving from over there.
Yeah, because it's youth night, and they're not...
The St. Francis go.
So yeah, again, it seems like we're getting choppy because their seats from standing up, walking around, getting something to eat or drink, using the restrooms.
Or just stretching the legs.
Or, yep, just stretching the legs. I apologize for any difficulties. Again, it just seems like it's beyond my control right now, just being out and in the mass of people around me. I'm on the visiting side of Friedman Field.
These local cell towers are definitely being put to good use.
Yes, they are. We're getting ready for second half football.
All right, go Mustangs!
Kind of adjustments both teams made at the half. See if that helps them the rest of the way. Once again, tied at 15. And it'll be the Golden Knights of St. Francis, the home team tonight, to be receiving the opening kick of the second half. And we've been paying attention to a couple of the college football scores tonight. Looks like a Big 12 matchup between Houston and Colorado is wrapped up, and the Houston Cougars in that game 36-20. And Connor Wegman, the Texas A&M transfer for New Mexico, has showed up, and Yeah, it looks like we're getting close to the halftime. Close to halftime from
Golden
the Rose
Knights will be
Bowl.
receiving the
And
second
it's
half
New Mexico
kickoff.
14, UCLA 7. Again, still
Great
no
atmosphere
sighting
here at Friedman
of the
Field here
John Muir High
tonight.
alum Jameer
The
Johnson.
score is St. Francis 15, John
He has
Muir
not
15.
played in this game.
Please stand as we start the second half of play here at Jim Bond Stadium.
Because, again, if you look at the articles, it seemed like they were hyping up Jameer's return to LA. And, okay, there's a factor that's hurting the Bruins. It's penalties. 7 penalties for 71 yards. That kind of seems relatable
Number
to what's
9,
going
Mason
on here
Maddox,
tonight.
and number 32, Elijah Wilson.
I would
back deep to
estimate the
receive.
Mustangs have had maybe
Kicking
about
off for
5
the
penalties
Mustangs,
for about 50
number
or so
27,
yards.
Ralph Reyes.
St. Francis move passing position is on the carry.
17.
Now 17, Sandy Sharp for the Golden Knights. They mark him for no gain. And second down and 10, maybe 11, based on what looks like it's on the other side from where I am, perspective-wise. Yeah, they're going to toss it for St. Francis to punt in the shot. Incomplete! Good play for the DB.
Luke Danny's pass intended for number 11, Delano.
Was there a timeout?
I don't know. I didn't see a flag anywhere. There's no flag.
I don't see any flags. But apparently there was one.
They only had 10. There was one guy that just came off their bench right now. They only had 10.
But then they moved it 5 yards. Another
Sean Phillips
weird
in the punt for the Golden Knights.
call. So it's 4th and 5. So he's not punting as deep, but he's able to get the punt off anyway. And now there's a flag right away as
Davion Blaylock takes the punt.
Blaylock was
Is
there.
tackled
So
at the 50-yard line. There is a penalty marker
not
on
much
the play.
on the return. There is a flag prior to Blaylock fielding the punt, but it looks like it's going to be another hold against the Mustangs, apparently, on the return.
Kylan Mills on the tackle for the Golden Knights on
It
their own
is on the
44-yard
field.
line.
That's
6 minutes,
that's something
40
they need
seconds
to work
remaining
on.
in the third quarter of play.
Because these special teams penalties are just going to hurt. Because Zion McDonald in motion, he'll get the handoff, not much.
Number
He
4,
stopped. First and goal,
I think he's here because he's listening
back to the ground. Touchdown, Mustangs! The Mustangs taking advantage of a 3-man rush from St. Francis. We actually have a couple of coach to the right of me. They're usually in the after.
to the end zone for a touchback. John Muir will take over, 1st and 10.
Mustangs take over 1st and 10 on the. I'll just have it at that.
Exactly.
Here it comes.
Let it go.
So a big stop in the Mustang defense. Mustangs take over 1st and 10 on the 20-yard
Let's see how
line.
they line up on the defensive line. If they only have 3 guys there, run the ball up the middle. That's all they got. Yeah.
Once again, 50-50 raffle, purple ticket,
It looks like St. Francis is running
308
Either a
314. Please come up to
326
the
or a
announcer booth and
335.
claim your prize.
We should be
First
running
down
the
and
A-gap.
10, John Muir.
We should be running between the
empty
tackles right
backfield
now.
for the Mustangs. It's a quick jet pass to Devion Blaylock, and he's got a first down and more across the 35-yard line, tackled
Pitch
at the
to
36.
Davion Blaylock up to the 35-yard line. First
One
down and
play,
10.
one first down for the Mustangs.
Tackled by number 35, Chris Acosta.
Now they don't have to go quickly because the Mustangs are in front by 7.
Yep,
With
take your time.
just under 8 minutes to play. They can take as much time as they need to talk over these plays. That's a bad spot.
35.
Pretty sure he was on the 36. But they mark him on the 35, 1st and 10. It's Michael Allen this time on the sweep.
But see, why are we going outside, running up the middle?
Pitch to number 21.
Looks like
Michael
Exactly.
Allen
Close to gain
tackled
of
by
one.
number 9, Mason Maddox.
So a gain of 1 on the play.
Gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9 for the Mustangs. 7
Looking
minutes,
a lot like
16
the
seconds remaining in the ball game.
Crescenta Valley offense from a couple of years ago when they had tight end number 80 as their jet sweep guy.
That's right.
It seems like that's what the Mustangs are doing right now, is at least replicating the Crescenta Valley offense from a couple of years ago. There's a handoff up the middle. Elijah Parker, first down and more, across the 50. And it looks like he'll be tackled at the
Number 5,
45-yard
Elijah
line
Parker
of the Golden
into
Knights.
Golden Knight territory. Tackled by number 8, Brady
It's
Coffrey.
totally open.
First down and 10, John Muir. Ball is spotted at the Golden Knight 46-yard line.
Mustangs move the sticks to the 46 of St. Francis for that first down. Elijah Parker. Francis is only having 3 defensive linemen. As it looks to be a 3-3-5 set.
Yep. And, I mean, their backers are 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Dude, run up the gut!
Here they come. Gamble outside to Zion McDonald, and he will works his way out of bounds. Crosses
Gamble's
the
pass complete to
35-yard
number
line
4.
for the Knights. It'll be enough
Zion
for another
McDonald.
Mustang first down.
Tackled by Keelan Mills. Play does result in a Mustang first down. Ball is spotted at the Golden Knight 35-yard line. 6 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter of play.
All right, now it looks like they're going to put four defensive linemen.
Yeah, it looks like a 4-2-5 now from St. Francis making.
No, it's still
Nope,
just
still 3-3-5.
Still 3, yeah. Or 3-4? I think it's a
Maybe it's a
3-4.
3-4.
I think it's a 3-4. Oh, no, you're right. 3-3-5.
Yeah, 3-3-5.
Yeah, it's a 3-3-5. Dude, I'd be running all over this 3-3-5. Come
Gamble
on.
to throw. He's taking a shot deep, looking for Zion McDonald, and it's incomplete.
Gamble's pass, intended for number 4, Zion McDonald, falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10 for the Mustangs. Keelan Mills applying pressure for the Golden Knights.
2nd down and 10, and it's a win for St. Francis because the clock stops with 5:34 to play.
That's what I'm saying, right? That's what you need to run. Just
You
run
need
the
to
ball.
run the ball.
Take time
It's
off the clock.
a 3-3-5 set from St. Francis defensively, and for some reason the Mustang offense is electing to throw it instead of run the clock.
Oh,
and there's a
boy.
bobbled snap.
Just eat it, dude. Just eat it, dude.
Gamble's
There you
going to lose a
Gamble fumbled
semi-truck's
snap,
worth of yards back to the other
tackled
side of the
past
50-yard
the
line.
50-yard line.
Put him
Russell
under center.
Muro and Chris Acosta will bring up a 3rd down and long for the Mustangs.
They're going to spot the 50, and that's going to make this a 3rd down in Mount Low Railway.
Mount Low Railway.
Gamble looking to throw again. Here comes the pressure. He's taking another deep shot, looking for Blaylock. It's incomplete.
Pass intended for number 2, Davion Blaylock. Batted down by number 23, Christian Reza.
And that's a big
Brings
win
up
for St.
4th down and
Francis.
long for the Mustangs.
Oh boy.
Yeah, hand seed.
22-21 in favor of the Mustangs.
Golden Knights will attempt an onside kick with 1 minute and 1 second remaining.
So 61 seconds on the clock. Here comes the onside. And it will be fielded by the Mustangs.
The kick is handled by number 7, David Cannon.
David Cannon there for the Mustangs to field it. And I would assume that St. Francis is going to start using their timeouts. 49 seconds. A lot of that time actually ran off. They reset it to 54. That's where it was. So Mustangs take over on the St. Francis side of the 45. Looks like it'll be spotted at the 44-yard line. Wow.
Hold on to the ball.
Again, if I were the Mustangs, I'd run the ball here.
Exactly.
There's no need to pass.
Just hand it off to Elijah.
John Muir has the football, 1st and 10.
So St. Francis is adjusted to a 4-2-5 with 4 defensive linemen. They're going to go to Parker, do the Mustangs, and he's going to power his way for a nice chunkage of yards. Looks like they're going to give him about 7.
Elijah Parker, the ball carrier, gain of 6 yards. Timeout, St. Francis.
So the
48
Golden
seconds
Knights are going to
remaining.
start burning their timeouts here.
How about a big round of applause for all of our athletes tonight? An incredible ball game.
The first down
here
would
at Jim Bond
win
Stadium.
the game.
48 seconds remaining in tonight's football contest.
And looking ahead in the schedule for both of these teams, St. Francis will be on the road at the Loyola Cubs next week, and the Mustangs will open up league play next Thursday at home against the Glendale Nitros. So for next week, I think the plan is to give you guys 2 games again. We'll have Muir Glendale on Thursday, and then I think we might go to the Burbank Crescenta Valley game on Friday. Otherwise, it would be Pasadena versus Burroughs. But I think I want to do the Crescenta Valley Burbank game because that's going to be a high-intensity game. Hold there that they missed is taking a shot deep. It's incomplete, looking for Delano Rock or Dell.
Danny's pass falls incomplete.
So that's going to be 2nd and 10.
We'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Golden Knights. 25 seconds remaining in tonight's football contest.
So 25 seconds to go. St. Francis has 1 timeout. All they need to do is get into field goal range. I don't know where exactly that would be, maybe about the 15-yard line or so.
Yeah, we should be running in cover 2 this whole time.
And
bump and run.
St. Francis back in the gun.
Geez.
Danny to throw. There's a hold or not. Looking for Maddox. It's incomplete.
Pass is intended for Mason Maddox, falls incomplete.
Coverage from Devion
19
Blaylock,
seconds
number 2.
remaining. 3rd down and 10 for the Golden Knights.
So it's a 3rd down. 3rd and 10. Back at the 33-yard line of the Mustangs. 19 seconds to play. St. Francis with 1 timeout. The Mustangs have 2. St. Francis back at the gun set with Wilson to the left.
False start! False start!
Danny to throw. It's picked! It's picked off! Dre Arnold! Down the sideline! Here he comes! Galloping! 1 man to beat! But he will be dragged down shy of the goal line with 1 second to go! Dre Arnold does it again! He has 2 sacks against Bonita, and he comes up with the game-winning pick.
Oh no! Yeah, Jalen. Yeah.
Trey Arnold.
No way. All right. That was good to see him back home against the Rams last weekend. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what? That receiver for the Texans fumbled that ball.
Yes.
The Rams are gonna lose.
Yes. Texans should have won that game. I agree.
Dre Arnold. He had 2 sacks against the Bonita Bearcats in a 17-14 win. Both of those sacks coming on a huge drive in which the Mustangs held their ground and won that game 17-14. And he comes up with what would be the game-winning interception
so far this season
against St. Francis. Mustangs in front 22-21. And
Oh my God, we still haven't been shotgunned. Put him under center. Take a knee. Oh, there we go.
There we
Now
go. Mustangs in
one.
victory
There we
formation,
go.
and that's
And that will be the
gonna
final
do it.
play of tonight's game. What an outstanding football game, ladies and gentlemen. Final score, John Muir
Holy
Mustangs
mackerel,
22,
guys.
St. Francis Golden Knights 21. Golden Knights would like to wish the John Muir Mustangs best of luck on the rest of their season. Golden Knights will be traveling next week and play the Loyola Cubs in downtown Los Angeles Friday night, September 19th.
Hey,
What an
I was
outstanding
a Cub,
football contest this was. Congratulations to our Hall of Fame inductees.
Wow.
Best of luck to both teams on the remainder of their seasons. Thank you, good night, and go Knights.
Go Cubs! Wow, good thing they shanked that PAT.
Yeah. That turned out to be the decider again. So 1 point deciding our game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I am out of sorts right now. I don't know how to describe what just happened in front of us, but the Mustangs will come out on top, 22-21. Dre Arnold does it again. He had 2 big plays, 2 big sacks against Bonita, and a 17-14 win. He comes away with the game-winning interception tonight.
He's been defensive MVP all season. Well, no, we can't say that either because, I mean, dude, Damian is playing really well on the defensive line. Defensive line is playing really well.
Thing from the end of the game to now. Wow.
We tried really hard to lose that one. Seriously, dude, right?
The first game against Bonita.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the one last week, I was like, I've been telling the coaches, I'm like, you guys need to teach your long snapper to snap with 2 hands. When you snap with one hand, the ball is wobbly, right? You end up throwing a duck.
All right.
You snap with 2
There
hands
we go.
to make sure there's a bullet, dude.
So, our final score tonight, John Muir Mustangs 22, St. Francis Golden Knights 21. And I am about to... There we are.
Ball with a minute to go, and you put your QB in a shotgun.
Maybe it just makes this a little bit bigger so you can see me. There I am. So that will do our coverage tonight. Audio broadcast. I hope you enjoyed as much as how exciting this game turned out to be. I'm Bryce Narvaez, senior, or I'm sorry, I was going to say senior John Muir High School, but that's not the case anymore. I'm the class of 2023. I'm a junior at Arizona State University. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. I don't know why I had a brain fart there for a second, but okay, that's fine. So, Mustangs gear up for league play, the final time that the Pacific League will have 8 teams. And we start that conquest on Thursday with the Mustangs hosting the Glendale Nitros. The Nitros were off tonight. They had a bye week this week. St. Francis goes on the road into LA to play against Loyola Cubs in what is usually a rivalry game between those 2 teams. The Cubs actually were out in front in their game tonight against Hamilton, 21-7 last we checked. It seems like La Cañada next door held off Crescenta Valley. Last we checked, the score is 35-14. So the Falcons, yeah, it's now 42-14, I see. Or that's the final score. Yep, that's the final score. So La Cañada 42, Crescenta Valley 14. La Cañada improves their season to 4-0. Crescenta Valley falls to 2-1. They will be hosting the Burbank Bulldogs next week, and Burbank looks to be Pacific League team alongside the Muir Mustangs, and
All right, man.
Crescenta Valley is there for
Absolutely.
3rd/4th with Pasadena High School. We'll see how the things turn out for Pacific League play for the final time.
The final 42-21.
42-21.
Yep. And then same thing with that one. I think it was a final already, 42-14.
And we're buffering again for no reason. So I'm gonna wrap it up. If I want to thank all of you for tuning in and putting up with the poor quality. Again, I apologize for that. There's just been a lot of people who were here tonight. It was youth night again at St. Francis, and sadly for broadcast quality for next week, it's going to be youth night at John Muir High School, and that means that there's going to be a lot of local middle school and elementary school kids in Pasadena Unified School District who will be at that game, at least for the first half. So long for now, and we'll see you next week on Thursday for the Mustangs and the Nitros, the Pacific League opener, and going to give you 2 games this week, or next week. Hopefully going to try to go to the Crescenta Valley Burbank game. Looks like seating will be kind of compact at Crescenta Valley High School for the site of that game, but we'll see how things go, and I'll make sure that I update that and notify all of you then. So long. Thank you for putting up with this, and if you like what you or listen to, please consider subscribing. It's optional, but it helps me out. It helps YouTube to recommend my portfolio building with other people, maybe other people who can't go to the game, or some other people who want to just listen to something while they're watching high school football. It's optional. You don't have to do it, but it helps me. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Either way, thank you, and see you next Thursday.
Absolutely. It sounds great. Keep it up, man. You're doing a great job. So much fun to watch. You know? Gotcha. Well, it's so much fun to watch that you just, yeah, man. You still up?
I'm just waiting for it to catch up.
Ah.